Do you need to check your notes or anything? You
What
have
notes?
notes.
I don't have notes. I never have notes.
Yeah, that's the problem. Okay, rolling. Go ahead.
Silence. 3, 2, 1.
Those roles are the ones making it shit for everybody else.
Well, that goes to the topic that Frank touched on was, okay, players are the problem. So how do you
And the
get...
solution.
Yeah, I know.
solution.
And
But how do you
solution.
get problem players?
How do you get or how do you deal
Yeah,
with
how
it?
do you create them?
How do you create a problem player?
By
You don't
not
have to.
enforcing
They're
the rules.
homegrown.
Yeah.
No. By not enforcing the rules or the standards. So you lay down a standard.
You do.
And it's supposed to be the Bible of that game or that company or that event. But if you're constantly letting people slide out of fear
Yeah.
of bad press, people,
Oh my
spreading
God!
bad
One
rumors.
guy said bad thing on me
And
on
10 people
Twitter,
hated it,
Yeah.
and 900 people had a great time, but one person followed me on it.
Every event they do that. Every event. Every
I
event.
mean, how much compromise can you
John Liu
have?
changing boundaries on people.
Okay, but how much compromise
everyone
can you
does it.
have, by cultivating and creating these problem players by not,
So
So it's like, an event's like, okay, don't
touch me. Don't.
I'm touching you because look at these hands. He brings these hands. This isn't a count.
We went straight to cheek.
Yeah, no, it's like a general tap. Like, I'm fine with okay, that this event is a full steel goggle event, and you just stepped onto my field with shooting glasses.
Yeah.
Okay, you're gone.
Yep.
Go
There's
fix
been a
it.
video made about it.
Yeah.
It's in the rule set. You sat through the briefing and didn't sit there and think, oh crap, I better do something about that. You went, nah, staff's never going to notice. I would make an example out of that because that is a safety violation.
If not, staff's not going to notice. I can get away with it.
Exactly.
That's always what happens. And then you go, no, you're not.
And then it spreads. So it's like, okay, well, so-and-so did it. Well,
Yeah.
this wasn't so bad.
But
they only
has
slapped them on
anybody
the
ever
hand.
gone to any event where somebody didn't get preferential treatment? Every event. Somebody
And you're
gets
right. Every event gets preferential treatment. The thing is that
And
this
if,
might
if
just
I'm
be
gonna
me.
put if I'm gonna put my preferential treatment in, I want it to the guys that deserve it. The guys that
I agree.
put in the most.
I want it should go to guys that deserve it, but also it's something that
Not the richest kids, which I've seen happen too.
yeah, but it shouldn't be. Well, they get to do it, so we get to do it. No, just because those guys get to wear shooting glasses, or those guys get to drink beer, or those guys get to do whatever, doesn't mean you do. You are still held to a level of beyond
Yeah, higher
reproach.
standard.
Right.
But
And-
that's personal policing.
Yeah. With great power comes great responsibility.
All right, Stanley, get out.
Excelsior.
Hey, I'm just
Personal
saying.
policing, though, that's where that's
But
involved in.
so you were talking about how when you host games, you have a rule set, and when people don't follow your rules, you yell at them, you discipline them, you throw them off the field, whatever it is that needs to be done to them. You're kind of a dick. Okay?
Yes, and so are you.
You gotta be.
And I was about to say, yeah, and I'm relatively new to this compared to you guys.
Yeah.
But yeah, part
You've
of
been outdicked.
Okay,
Wow,
we're
that's
really not
hilarious
throwing those
stuff.
on the table. So
but the games that I put together, yeah, I'm not trying to make anybody in particular happy. I'm trying to make the entire event or game happy. So when we get done, I say, did everybody have a good time? And everyone goes, yeah! And there's the 3 guys that are walking off because I threw them off the field because they have the wrong goggles, or
Magazine in. That you made them do the push-ups.
Yeah,
like
I made them
50
do
times.
push-ups, and they're all crying about that still.
How-
Whatever. I
Mike
don't.
hasn't found the pole.
Yeah, I'm not there. I'm not as game host. Not trying to make friends.
Yeah.
right,
Trying to have a successful game.
trying to
Keep everybody safe.
Entertain.
Create the
That's really
environment
what I can
for-
go for.
Yeah, but
That benefits
the
the
thing
majority,
is everyone can say they want this and they want to do this, but how many people have hosted a game with more than 200 people?
Oh, I've never hosted a game with more than 200 people.
I have, and I'll tell you right now, it's very
Oh, I'm
difficult.
sure the scale. Yeah,
I'm
I'm sure
sure.
that the scale of economy it changes entirely.
If you just take away how many retarded questions are asked to you, just that benefit alone would be mind-blowing. Now imagine that's only something inconsequential. Now I'm worried about safety, I'm worried about this, I'm worried about everyone following the rules, I'm worried about this violation, that violation. And then the big problems that happen behind the scenes I gotta take care of so nobody sees it.
Okay.
It's huge.
It's not something I've ever seen done before, and please, if I offend, with a religious reference. So obviously you have God, you have the Word, you have the 10 Commandments, and then you have the prophets. So let's talk about,
What conversation?
Frosty, don't get a big head, but he's God. He's laid out the law, all right? So his game staff are prophets.
His
What
disciples.
is game and disciples? What are they missing when someone comes up and asks them a question or has a problem?
The word.
They're missing the word.
Yeah, they don't have a big
So
stone tablet
my
to smack
solution,
someone.
my asshole solution to that person coming up and asking me the question that they should know because they should have read the rule book is I have a laminated bound rule book guide, and it's like, all right, look at subsection C. Then ask me. Okay, after
Yeah,
they've done their, it's looking like a dumbass, reading the rule books they should have read.
Did you read the
They find it, they answer their own question, and I could be, deconflicting another problem.
But see, as a
That needs to be part of that. No, that needs to be part of staff range controls kit. Is a damn rule book on a tether.
I agree with that, but one of the things is, sorry, not throw you under the bus, Frank. One of the things that bothers me is no matter even if someone's read my fragging rules or not, I make them walk on a tour and listen to the rules again.
Oh, yeah,
I went to a game with Frank, and one of the things that was brought up was, I'm worried about this, and you better read the rules. And I'm sitting there going, I read the rules, but I got a couple of questions. But
Right.
it wasn't a briefing. I understand you have a small amount of time. And it's a small venue and small people, and for the most part, you don't have a lot of outsiders in there. But one of the things I believe in is, no matter what you do, I don't care if they're seasoned pros. You reiterate the rules, unless they can tell you the rules word for word, verbatim, and they can tell you every single situation, and they actually obey them. Very few players do that.
Yeah.
Broken home, I went to throw a knife at a guy, and I thought, I can't throw a knife at a guy.
Because they don't do that here.
Exactly. Your event I went to, I was going to start knifing people, and I'm running through my head going, oh, crap. At his event, can I knife people or not?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Very few people even do that. I think they need to have a reiteration, period, in the subject.
Leading up to the event videos or a post.
So then if somebody has these questions, they have these
where do I
questions.
respawn?
Yeah.
They should be sent to an entity to reiterate it, not look it up for yourself. Here's line B subsection C. This is your answer. No, you're going to do this, so here's what you got to do.
Right.
You got to go to another briefing.
But
and
if
deal
you
with it.
have the word that's written, there's no interpretation
Yeah.
or how that staff remembers.
Yeah, but instead
or
of
how
just
people
addressing
follow.
that
Right.
one subject,
Yeah.
that one little subject, here's the subject for you to go chew on. I think that they need to be excluded, put back to a guy that's waiting off to the sidelines that will go over everything with him again. Not just answer that one question,
Kind of like being
Band-Aid,
sent
go
off
away.
in the corner.
Yeah.
No, not so much.
It's a timeout.
More educate him fully, because if you've noticed at any event, the guy that has a technical argument will technically argue every fragging thing he can. He'll find things to argue.
I agree.
And I'm not talking about those people. I'm talking about the general people. It's like, well, how many rounds does it take to disable a vehicle? It's written in the rule books. It's not open to interpretation. Shoulder fired, 2 rounds. First one disables, second one kills.
Right.
End of discussion. That should be.
Oh, no, there was
if
a
someone's coming up asking me that question, that's when I will hand them the book.
But
and be like, read the heavy weapons.
whether that's the rule hard and fast or not, first of all, you can't write rules that encompass everything. It's not possible.
No, exactly.
And people will argue, well, what if I threw? What if I did? No, come on. Do an example. Zombie Madness. I had 275 people. Okay, I had 30 hands up answering questions. I said, okay, anybody, and I said this on film, anybody that's asking a question, just ask a question. Put your hands down. Everybody put their hands down. Because people will argue semantics. It's like they played Dungeons and Dragons too much as a kid. They will. They will absolutely dwell on every little niche they can outside it. And the reason I believe they do this is because they're
saving
not.
throw from a technical.
They're not.
I'm done.
I believe they do this because they are not a good player. This is their defense mechanism.
You're right.
It's a defense mechanism. Does it bog everything down? Does it slow staff down? Does it cause problems?
Yeah.
Does it cause staff frustrated and reeling people in? I believe it does. I believe the players cause that situation.
Sure.
And players can help other players interpret those rules, those technicalities. Like the best one I saw on film was a guy got hit with, a shoulder-fired round.
He said, "Am I out?"
He's sitting there and he's like, looks at his buddy, "Am I out?" And his buddy looks over back at him and goes, "I think you got blown out of your shoes, so you better put your dead rag on." I mean, that was one of the best. Another player helping a player interpret.
That's good.
How that
It's bad
hit
that
is
the guy,
interpreted.
that guy had to ask the question.
Yes. And he didn't have to go to staff. One of his buddies in the spirit of the game went, "Am I dead? Yeah, I think you got blown out of your boots, son."
Yeah, I mean, in competitive shooting, we have this thing. It's a penalty, actually. It's called failure to do right.
Yep.
And it's a philosophy. I've been victim to it myself. I got disqualified for that once. It's like they told me you had to move from point A to point B while engaging these 2 targets. Okay, gotcha. So what they wanted you to do was walk. I ran 2 steps, dropped to my knees, and slid shooting. And they said, "How fast can we disqualify you?" Yeah, you're disqualified. That was a failure to do right. But you didn't say I had to walk. I know I didn't say I had to walk because you're not retarded.
It's the argument of the technical rules. You wanted to.
I was right technically.
You wanted to have the edge.
Yeah, but it was the wrong thing to do.
It was. But you still.
It rolls back
Probably
to
cool,
how much do you penalize?
And I was a bad player. Yeah. I mean, and that's why, I mean, a big focus for like my team and the group of players that I hang out with is improving the level of player in the community, you know? And we can't improve everybody.
Can't.
You
It's
just
not
can't. Yeah, I mean, there's going to be people that take it more seriously, that put more energy into it, that work harder at it. And there are going to be people that are like, screw this, I have a life.
This is just a game,
I just
yeah.
want to shoot some dudes.
Situation, 5 guys fight 5 guys, and you know, every single one of them has killed 7 people. You know what I mean? It's just how it is, man.
What's your KD ratio again?
I have no. At night, it's pretty good.